My win in the kitchen would be when I mastered my carrot cake. It is thebomb.com.
It was a win for me too.
I should really sell it.
It was a win for society.
It was. I've mastered the carrot cake now. I think that's my biggest win in the kitchen.
I'm renowned for curry. So family, when they come and visit and they say, well, what would you like to eat? They always say curry. Let's do a curry. So because I like the spices and these things, and when you put a real good curry together, also with depth and different tastes, and you see the reaction of people, then I think it brings a lot of satisfaction.
A kitchen win for me is when I try something different and unique and it has so much technique and I just nail it the first time. It just gives me goosebumps.
A dish that came out to my best expectations was when I made strawberry ice cream. I couldn't believe it. For the first time, when I made it for the first time, it actually was so silky. It was more like a gelato. It was creamy, and that's why I'm dying to make it for everyone.
And I think for me, a win that I've had in the kitchen was when I made dessert. I love dessert, and I made this really cool chocolate dome, a dessert with like chocolate mousse inside. There's dark chocolate. Remember that? There's dark chocolate. There's dark chocolate inside, and there's cayenne pepper, so the mousse was like nice and a little bit spicy-ish. And I did a chocolate glaze for the first time. I was like, what? I did that? And I just did it once and it just worked out. I was just amazed by that. So that was my win.
Yeah, definitely.
My win in the kitchen is actually cooking something that isn't popcorn. When I create a full dish and my sister's so surprised to see that, wow, this is actually flavorful and tasty, and if everyone finishes it, that's the win.
I haven't really had a fail in the kitchen.
Yo? No, it's true, she hasn't had a fail
Not
in the
yet.
kitchen. My fail in the kitchen is every time I come into it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no good story starts with I had a salad, so our cooking always starts with wine, and that sometimes gives us confidence and momentum, but sometimes derails the train as well. So it was one Sunday, I believe, we don't cook a lot of fish, but I mean, when you get fresh fish, you really need to be very precise because it's quite flaky, it's not as firm, you have to handle it quite carefully. And we had a bottle of wine.
Bottles of wine.
Yeah, and so the plan was we had this on the grill, we had to get it back on the serving plate, and that's where you came out with your exceptional great idea. Of
Creativity is, instead of sort of transferring this thing from the grill to a serving dish, why don't we put the serving dish in that roaster thing that you close and just flip it over? And that was the theory. But the flip didn't work that well, so when we flipped, the fish jumped out and hit the floor. And we were like...
Yeah, it's like always, your bread, when you butter bread and it drops, it always falls with the buttered side to the floor.
Cooking nightmare horror story, I would say, was a time back at home in Pietermaritzburg. We all slept with the stove and the pot on, and the pot burnt and the house almost burnt as well in the process. So that's definitely a horror story. So we never got to enjoy the food, but yeah, the pot was also finished.
A lose for me would definitely be if maybe I've burned something, because that has happened 1 or 2 times on my end. So definitely burning a dish.
Okay, I would say our fail that we both had.
Yeah, we
it's
actually...
just the first fail, actually.
Our kitchen fail.
Yes. Baking our first cake. Oh my God, it was a big fail, right? We didn't even eat it.
Did we?
I don't remember it.
Well, the sponge was like horrible. It didn't rise at all. And then the icing tasted like margarine.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. That was our epic kitchen fail.
But we took a picture. We took a picture
We do
just
have
for
a
the
picture.
picture.
Just for the picture. Of course, we always do.